Happy Sunday and welcome to Take 5. I'm your host, Carla Salinas. So we've got something pretty extraordinary coming up on April 8th. Get ready to witness something that won't swing by again until 2044. That's right, mark your calendars because we're talking about a total solar eclipse. And guess what? Today we're joined by someone who's not just an expert on all things space, but has actually seen an eclipse from space. Joining us today is Colonel Terry Virts, a true space hero who's clocked over 7 months up there. So Terry, welcome to the show. So Terry, what was it like seeing an eclipse from space?
Well, it was really amazing. I mean, I saw so many incredible things from space, but an eclipse was not something we had planned on. And in 2015, there was an eclipse in the North Atlantic. And so it was, out in the ocean. Most people didn't see it, so it wasn't very well known, but we weren't sure. It was kind of off in the distance. And as we flew by, you could look off and you could see this giant dark spot down on Earth. It was kind of this black thing, and it was very unusual, unlike anything I'd ever seen in my life, but it was amazing to see the moon shadow on our planet. It was very cool to see that from space. It's better from Earth though, I've got to say, but it was very unique to see it from space.
Exactly when is the eclipse and how long is it going to last?
If you're in the middle of what's called the path of totality, you can get about 4.5 minutes of blackness. If you're on the edge of the path of totality, you might only get a few seconds. And Harlingen, the town, unfortunately, is outside of that path. So it's only going to be about 90% blocked. So you won't get a complete experience. And listen to me now, believe me later. It is worth driving an hour, 2 hours. You can go to the nasa.gov website and see a really accurate path of where the total eclipse is going to be.
Is that a Sonic shake I'm seeing over there? What are you sipping on?
It is. So I'm partnering with Sonic. I love Sonic. When the kids were growing up, I used to take them to Sonic for treats after baseball and basketball games. So they've made this very cool blackout slush float, but they really want to promote the eclipse and STEM and science. And so the good news is if you get one of these blackout treats, you get free eclipse viewing glasses, which are really important. So these eclipse glasses are very dark. When you put them on, I can't see anything right now. They're just complete, almost black. And you need something like this that's safe to watch the eclipse before the moon completely blocks out the sun. So what better way? You get to go to Sonic, get a cool treat, and get your eclipse viewing glasses.
Terry, you're someone that's obviously so well accomplished and someone who never stopped chasing their dreams. What would you say to someone watching this that's interested in STEM and wants to follow in your footsteps?
Yeah, I have a really simple message for kids and adults. Don't tell yourself no. If there's some dream that you have, don't tell yourself no. If it's a big dream, it's going to be hard. There's a lot of things you have to do to get to that dream. But the first step is don't tell yourself no.
Lastly, I have to ask you, because I'm so curious, do you have a favorite planet?
I do. Earth. Earth is a very cool planet. I love Jupiter and Mars and all these other planets. Earth is my favorite.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Colonel. We really appreciate you being here.
Hey Carla, Trista Castillo here and Millicent Olivares, and we are here today with the rocket launchers. This is Kayla and Ryan. Thank you guys so much for being with us here today. So tell us a little bit about the rocket launchers.
So we're a technical organization at UTRGV, and so each year we compete in the Spaceport America Cup in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So we fly our rocket to 10,000 feet, and we're competing with hundreds of teams from all over the world.
Wow, I mean, that sounds so cool. And obviously, as you guys can see, we've got some fun items to play with here. So we probably won't go 10,000 feet today, I don't think, but you guys are gonna show us how to work with some of this stuff here to maybe create our own little rocket, right?
Absolutely.
Great, okay, so let's get started. Trista, are you ready?
Yes, I am so excited.
Here we go.
So for this experiment, what we're gonna do is create a small little bottle rocket using vinegar and baking soda. So when you mix those two together, they have a little bit of a reaction. And when you put it in a pressurized bottle as such, it'll shoot up just like a little rocket. Start making a stand. So you can use any bottle, a 2-liter bottle, a water bottle, everything works just as well. So for this experiment, we'll be using a 1 liter. So we're gonna take these three. We're gonna cut a piece of tape long enough to wrap around. Yes, please. Thank you. We're gonna tape that to the bottle. Then we're gonna do it once more. There you have it. That's what's gonna stay on the rocket. The next thing we'll do we're gonna take our funnel and then we're gonna measure out 1 cup of white vinegar. So
I'm
1
kind of
cup.
nervous for this.
It's,
Is it gonna be, do we have to do it kind of quick?
It's a fun reaction. So
It's a funnel reaction.
it's a funnel reaction. The vinegar, it'll be just fine. Once we put the baking soda in, that's when the time starts ticking. So we have the vinegar in the bottle. The next thing we'll do, we'll take the baking soda.
And this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah. When we get close to launching, we have to be really careful with the time because once
Okay.
we put that baking soda in, it's gonna be ready.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a tablespoon
Okay.
and we're gonna get a tablespoon of baking soda. It can be heaping a bit, that's just fine. So we're gonna pour that in. Then we're gonna wrap it up. Then we can take one of our corks, and then when we're ready to launch, we will put that napkin in the bottle, close it up with the cork, flip it over, and give it a little shake.
Okay.
And then once everybody's away from the little rocket, then it'll go ahead and launch.
So that it's in the paper towel for a little bit more of a delayed response. Is that right? Got it. Okay. Instead of just pouring it directly into there. Science.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, let's put on our goggles.
It's gonna be a little messy.
Okay.
is it?
Okay.
Yes.
Well.
Should we back up?
Okay. So some fizzing is happening.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh boy.
I'm scared. Should we brace for impact?
Probably in 5,
5,
4, 3,
3, 2,
1.
1.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
And it's off.
Wow, that was really, we basically timed it down. That was fun. It definitely is messy. So if you're doing it at home, maybe lay something down, a couple of towels.
Go outside.
Yes, definitely go outside. For
Yes,
sure.
That would.
Wow,
Well,
that was so
great.
much fun.
We thank you for coming.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Ryan and Kayla. That was an amazing experiment, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for having us.
Our Empowering the RGV segment is all about highlighting some really cool people who are really making a difference in our community, which is exactly what the South Texas Astronomical Society is doing. And I'm here with Victor de los Santos. Now, Victor, in what ways are you guys kind of getting people interested in STEM?
Yeah, so we try to curate a whole journey for all ages, and so we have a lot of events for younger students, for K through 5, middle school, and even high school, to get them interested. So we'll have events where they get to do activities that are hands-on and related to STEM, so they can experience it on their own and get introduced to different topics in space science. And then once they get interested and they get a little bit older, we go a step further and we try to introduce them to people who are actually in the field, scientists and engineers and even astronauts. And so we'll get them to connect with them, we'll get them to go a little bit further. We help people get internships with NASA, and we even have our own internship program. And then we also have a citizen science program where people can come to the observatory right here and use it for themselves. And so anything that they can do to actually participate and engage in space science and not just read about it in a textbook. That's the difference between informal and formal education. Informal can get you excited. You can get excited reading about black holes or, or watching a documentary or something, but actually experiencing these things for yourself is what gets people really excited. So those are the kinds of experiences that we try to provide.
Now, Victor, you guys are really working to make these programs accessible to the entire community. In what ways are you guys doing this?
Yeah, so the Rio Grande Valley is one of the lower socioeconomic areas in the country, and we recognize that. So all of our programs are free For the most part, we try to, anytime we can make programs free, we do. We also have different bilingual programs. So we kind of just take a look at the community and who's here and what they need to have space and science introduced to them, and we get to that level. There's a lot going on, and we want to empower the community and different students to not only have a clear understanding of what's going on, but have any opportunity that they need to become a part of it and to do anything that they want to contribute to these fields and these developments.
Victor, how can people get involved with the Astronomical Society?
We come to our events. We love when people come to our events. So if you go to our website at starsocietyRGV.org, you can sign up to our email list and follow us on social media, and you'll see whenever we're doing an event. Sometimes it's a really awesome event where we'll have an astronaut guest speaker, and sometimes we'll just go to a park with a telescope and do some stargazing. Not just here, but anywhere in the valley.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Victor. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for empowering the community and getting people interested in STEM.
Yes, thank you very much.
Coming up next this month, we're shining a light on diabetes. We talk to two organizations that are helping the community fight this epidemic. All the details coming up right after this break.
Heart of the Valley is sponsored by DHR Health and Begum Law Group.
This April, CareGV is shining a light on diabetes in the RGV. According to local healthcare systems, 1 in 3 people have diabetes here in the RGV. That is why Rio Grande Valley Diabetes Association is hosting events to educate and prevent. And joining us today is Maritza Gonzalez to tell us more about the RGVDA and their efforts. Thank you so much for joining us today, Maritza.
Happy to be here.
Okay, so you got to tell us about some of the work that the RGVDA has been able to accomplish.
Okay, so Rio Grande Valley Diabetes Association has been able to accomplish a lot of fundraising events so that we are able to bring awareness and keep our facilities up and running. And our facility basically is a place where people with diabetes or predisposed to diabetes or know someone with diabetes can come and learn about that illness specifically, okay, and the causes and how to prevent, how to treat, how to live with it. Mm-hmm. And so basically that's what we offer. We offer diabetes classes on nutrition, cooking classes. We offer exercise classes, dance classes, line dancing, crafting, things to bring ease and comfort to people that are having to, or that are being faced with diabetes, to kind of bring comfort into their life, and it's not a death sentence.
So you guys are always working to educate the community on the prevention of diabetes, and one of these ways that you guys are doing that is you're going to be having a panel coming up.
Yes, panel of experts. So our panel of experts is we have different physicians of different specialities that pertain to caring for people with diabetes. We have endocrinologist, a dentist, an ophthalmologist, a nephrologist, a wound care specialist. All of these doctors, or one of every specialty doctor, will be present at this panel for people to have an opportunity to hear what they have to say about patients that they have to take care of or help care for with diabetes. They will be able to ask questions. And I mean, what a perfect opportunity. This is at no cost. This is free to the community. Everyone is invited to come to this.
Absolutely. So Maritza, is there anywhere that our viewers can go to if they want a little bit more information on the RGVDA?
Absolutely. We are on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We also have our website, that's rgvda.org, and they can come in person. We are located at 3200 North 23rd Street, and they can come visit us there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Maritza.
My pleasure.
If you want more information on this event, again, visit the RGVDA on Facebook. CareGV has also partnered with HEB and South Texas Health System to provide free glucose screenings. For more information, visit caregv.com. We all know the Rio Grande Valley has a high prevalence of diabetes, and South Texas Health System is joining the fight against diabetes by providing free glucose screenings for the month of April. And joining us now with all of those details is Marketing Director Tom Castañeda. Tom, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so like I mentioned, diabetes is very prevalent here in the RGV, but I don't think a lot of people realize just how prevalent it is.
Yeah, the estimate is that about 1 in 4 people right here in the Rio Grande Valley have diabetes. Sadly, about 1 in 5 people who have diabetes don't even know they have it. So it's a serious issue, and you're living with a ticking time bomb. And then we also have what's called pre-diabetes. So that is where you could possibly get diabetes if you're not taking those precautions and preventative measures to avoid getting it. And there are about 98 million Americans that have pre-diabetes. So it is a serious problem here in the Rio Grande Valley and globally as well.
Well, like I mentioned, South Texas Health System is joining the fight against that diabetes. And like you mentioned, you know, prevalence is at an all-time high, and you know, taking those precautions is very important. And I know that one way that you can take that precaution is by getting tested, and you guys are helping us out with that this month of April.
Exactly. So there is a simple test that you can take at home, or you can come to one of our hospitals and get it done, and it's a blood glucose check, and you probably hear about it a lot. And it's a simple finger prick test that they do. They will take a drop of your blood, they'll put it on a strip, they'll read that number, and that number will basically determine if you where your blood glucose range is. And your blood glucose is obviously determined by what you eat and drink mainly. So you've got to be really careful with that. And so that number will tell you if you are normal, if you are pre-diabetic, or if you are possibly diabetic. And that would be after like 2 readings. You'd have to get 2 readings just to make sure that that number is. And then you would have to speak with your doctor about taking additional tests just to confirm that you do have diabetes.
Now, it is free for the month of April, so where can people go to if they do want to, you know, take advantage of that?
So South Texas Health System will be offering them at STHS McAllen every Friday of the month of April. We're doing every Friday, and that will be from 11 to 1 o'clock right in our main lobby. So all you have to do is walk in, get the test done, and it's a simple test. It's pretty painless. I mean, other than just getting a little needle in the arm. So hopefully it's not too crazy, but for the finger prick, it's a great exam that you can take right away. A simple check that you can do in the comfort of your home, or coming to STHS McAllen or one of our facilities, get that reading done, because it could change the course of your life.
So for those free tests, do people need to sign up, or can they just walk into any clinic?
It's simple walk-in. All you have to do is come into our lobby any of the Fridays in April. You come in between 11 and 1, you can get that reading done.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Tom. We really appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Again, together we can beat diabetes. For more information, head over to southtexashealthsystem.com. This organization is hoping it will be an event to remember for the children currently in the welfare system. How your donation can help them enjoy a night of fun coming up next.
Heart of the Valley is sponsored by South Texas Health Systems and Headlands Research.
There's a royal ball happening in Brownsville next month, and CASA in Cameron and Willacy County are hoping you can help every child in their care attend. Joining us is Lacey Ambris with all the details. Lacey, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tell me all about this royal ball.
I'm so excited. It happened first back in 2019, and we're so excited we could bring it back again. But essentially, this Royal Ball is for children and their families to attend a nice afternoon on April 28th. And it's going to have a lot of activities for them to experience. Tea parties, a royal night station, face painting, a makeup station. It's going to be a really fun afternoon.
Yeah, and you send us some of these pictures that we're going to show you right now. So children get to dress up. Mm-hmm. So do their volunteers, families, and then what is it, dancing and games?
Yes, definitely. Again, a whole afternoon of fun activities and different stations for them to do as well. So again, it's going to be really, really fun.
A night of fun.
Yes.
But right now you're on here to ask for donations, right? You want every child to attend this event, and so that, you know, requires funds. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we do have different sponsor levels, of course, and we're always in need of more sponsors, but what we really are asking from the community is to sponsor a child in care and purchase a $20 ticket for them, so a child that we serve can attend as well.
Yeah, and so $20 gets a child in, but you don't necessarily have to donate $20. You can do $5, $10, is that correct?
So they can Cash App it as well, but that's the purchase of the ticket is the $20 to allow a child to come in.
Yeah, or donate $40
Yeah,
to have
there you go.
two children to
Yes.
attend. All right, so for those of us wondering what CASA is, give us a little bit more information on CASA.
Yes, so CASA of Cameron and Willacy counties is a nonprofit organization advocating for children who have been removed from their homes and placed into foster care. Our organization is volunteer-based, so what we do is work alongside the department and the court and are an extra pair of eyes and ears, and those volunteers are positive influence in the children's lives, so they're there to represent their best interests and amplify their voices in court.
Yeah, and then with this event, they can have some fun too.
Yep. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outside of the courtroom and special hearings, and just provides them with a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, well, that's incredible. I'm excited for the event. We saw those pictures. We hope that everyone can help and attend. There are 224 children hoping to attend this event. You could donate your $20 today by Cash Apping CASA at the handle on your screen. If you love books, we have a place for you to check out. Made in the 956 Extra is coming up next. We're back with another Made in the 956 Extra, and I am here with Channel 5 News anchor Trey Serna. Trey, what do you got for us this week?
Carla, these days we read a lot on our phones, on our iPads, on our computers, but there's nothing like reading a good old-fashioned book, right?
I completely agree with you. The last 30 minutes of my day, I specifically just
Really?
reserve for reading. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And also the smell of a book. It just feels different
It
and
feels
just
good.
Yes.
Yeah, some highlighters, some notes.
Yes, I like to do that too. Yes, but one Harlingen couple wants to inspire people to read books again. Check this out. So this is the Reading Turtle in Harlingen. Gabriel and Isabel Thodes opened up the shop back in September, and they say they've gotten so much love from the community. And while they're trying to get people disconnected from their devices, get this, they're actually using social media to their advantage. So they say people come in because of true crime stuff that they see on TikTok. So that's actually like the genre of books that they sell the most of, and they tell me that it's more than books they sell. They also sell all sorts of collectibles and just a lot of good fun stuff there.
True crime really has become huge nowadays.
I'm
and
addicted to it. I know
too.
I am. Yeah.
Completely.
TikTok, YouTube, everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just good to like read about it. I feel like you really, it's like an immersive experience.
She
So
says
it's really,
they sell
really cool.
a lot there at the bookshop.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
where can people find them?
Yeah, so the shop's located in Harlingen at 1046 North 77 Sunshine Strip, and they won't be there for long. The couple tells me they have plans to relocate to a much bigger location and open up a coffee shop.
Amazing.
Those plans are in the works though.
That is so awesome. We'll
Yeah.
have to visit it.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Trey.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for taking 5 with us this weekend. If you would like to know more about our Heart of the Valley diabetes, make sure to tune in to Channel 5 News and Noticias RJV, and we'll be back with more fun next Saturday. Until then, have a great week.